stuck to the album, and I had to bring all the album because it's very interesting. The letter is this big, and there he writes, "Dear Mitzika," he arrived there in the hospital, and they tried to, 2 skeletons arrived. 5 people were let free. From the 3, my husband was, and another one. So they wrote us letters. 2 skeletons arrived. One, Jacob Kerner, and the other one was another one. If we will be able to send the money, they will try to send it from Tumeni to us, which was another 3,000 miles. And I had a coat from home, which I never bought there. We didn't need coats. Whatever we had, we tried to exchange for something, a little bit of kerosene, because this was the only light that we had. We didn't have any electricity. And bed near bed, without a toilet, imagine, what should we do? If we wanted to go out, what would you do? To go out? The few men who were there, they complained, because we brought from the doctor, from the lady doctor, a paper that we were allowed to make the pee-pee in the room where they slept. So probably it was not too pleasant to be. The men were allowed to go to the door in front and to do what they want to do, but in the morning when we went to work, there was a skating rink. It was a little bit down to walk. We were skating then till we came to work. This was in winter. And in summer it was not much easier. It was problems, of course. When we came to fish and to stay for hours, finally we had to go out, and we didn't. We were plotting. So the brigadier told us, look, Ukrainian we understood a little bit. You will be ashamed for one day, you will be ashamed for a second day, but you cannot hold on. We are very far away from the shore. So we just let down the fisher pans that we had, and we did what we had to do. The other side, we took the trabak and we took the water and we were drinking it. And nobody got a cholera there.
So you stayed there till the end of the war?
No. In 1945, every year came a boat came, and they were asking, they talked to my husband and they talked Polish, and they said, what are you doing here? He said, we are here for 20 years, we were supposed to be there. So he said, don't you know that all the Polish people got free and they went back to their home to Poland? We didn't know. We didn't have any paper. And when somebody said that Hitler is killing the Jews, we said it is not true. Hitler is a very nice man, very cultured people. You see us there, and it is propaganda. Unfortunately, it was very true. And he said, give me your name. I will do something for you. We were the lucky of thousands of people that it came a paper, Osvobождайте с работу. Jacob Kerner, Clara Kerner, and my friend, which was my sister, because she went with me from Bon Siberia, the few thousand. And at that time,
this was the release from work, that you are free to go.
From the very far there where we lived with the Nancy.
Yeah.
But when we were supposed to go, the ice was frozen, an icebreaker came. The Obskaya Guba is also very deep. It goes into the Arctic Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And the river was frozen. And this is a most interesting thing to hear, that from this water, from the river, we had to go every time, like from here to Kodinech, to break the ice and to take the pails and to carry the water home. And it just happened on this, in 1945, in 1946, that the ice didn't break. And how does it break? All of a sudden, it is a storm, a thunder. You think the world get enter, and the ice breaks in big pieces and tries to flow into the Otka, into the ocean. And when the ice is broken, the boat could come in. At that time, I was in hospital because I was limping. I had, at that time, the sciatic nerve impinging, but you see, I had to go to work, but easier work. It was a storage. That means to take care that the fish should not be stolen from the factory, because without stealing, nobody could survive. I stole one piece of wood and put it under my jacket. I was visiting my friend in hospital. It was dark. It was wintry night. And she said, Clara Natanovna, there was called Clara. So I said, Clara, how could you do it? You know what you did? You took a piece of wood and you put it under your jacket. Don't you think if you would have come to me, I wouldn't have gladly given you. But you know what you did, they said? You stole by the government. And I myself thought, oh my God, I would never have gone to her house or to a private house or from you and you to take so much, even if we starved. But by the government, it's just given a mitzvah. It's just given a mitzvah.
So you got the papers. They sent you the papers, you and your husband.
You sent me the papers, the boat, the papers with the papers, but the boat came. And I was in my 9th month, and the doctor said on the 25th of June, I will give birth. This was the Zure. And they say we were on a boat for a few hundred miles. They said, if I will give birth from one stop to the other, they will not let me on the boat. So we came to Salihat for 2-3 days, and we gave everything that we were saving for the trip to Europe, the little bit of sugar, the little bit of sukhari. We left it there with our friends. There were many friends there. And now I found the friends, I met them in our building. Now, 2 weeks ago, ich habe die Ehre, gnädige Frau, said, oh my God. Now I meet people of the Posyolok where my daughter was born 49 years ago, that we never heard from them.
Tell us about your
What?
delivery of your daughter. Where did it happen?
The delivery of my daughter happened when we came to Salihat. My friend was sick all the time. She died. Every day, every hour of the day she died. She was afraid. She was afraid to go outside. She was afraid. I had to take her by the hand. But when I was sent on the ocean, on the water, she was alone. But she was dying. So another friend went with her to another doctor who was in Nadim, which I have also there. And they came both there. And he said, no, your heart is not so bad. You have with your nerves to do. But she didn't want to admit it. But she lived after, and she's still living. And she still tells me how hard she works there. And I just now contradict her. You worked, what did I do? Without her, when I came from work, I had to go somewhere to take for her some milk and to take some other things, because she didn't have the appetite that we have. We were eating anything.
Yeah.
And
you were pregnant then?
I was pregnant then, yeah. And when the boat came, it was any day that I should give birth. From Salihat till Samarova, there were a few hundred miles. And the airplane stopped on the, landed on the water. There was not flat that the airplane could land. We didn't see any airplane. When we saw in the air an airplane, we were so happy. This must be the Germans who come to save us. Not only because we are Jewish, but the other ones were not Jewish. They were the Ukrainian people, so we were very happy. To the tickets that we got, the airplane landed on the water, and we had from the shore till the water, we had to go on a little boat and have to climb up there. When we came down, the first time, it was 1,500 kilometers further by plane. I don't know how much it took, 3 hours or what, to ask if I can make another 3 hours to fly there where the last transport went back from the Polish people. There was no more, that was the last time. So I got in labor on the airplane, and my husband didn't feel well. I had to give him a glove. My friend didn't feel get well. I gave her the Chinese of a tea Chinese. And I was saying, oh, I didn't want know what happened to me because it was my first pregnancy after 9 years of marriage. And when we came to Samarova, the airplane landed on the water again with a lot to the airport. And then we had the first time a rooster, cuckoo. We didn't hear it for all the 5 years because nothing grew where we were. The earth was frozen. And then my husband took me to the hospital. He walked very well, but I was walking too. Now I will find out how many miles I walked because I didn't know if it was for an hour or what. When we came to the hospital, they said, no, we don't let you in. They let me in, but not my husband. My husband had to go back to the airport, and he had to take the airplane and to go to Tumen to keep the last transport. If not, like other ones, they are there since 1941, and now they're coming here back. We were the only after 5 years. And I gave birth, and it was not too bad. Just when I came in, they were asking me, didn't the doctors tell you that you are very tight inside? I don't know how you will give birth. I told them, nobody measured me. One time I was examined. I was told by 3.5, 4 months that I'm pregnant, and that's it. And she just said, I don't know how you will give birth. And at 5 o'clock, when I came here at 8 o'clock, I had my daughter. It was not very easy. No cutting, no cesarean, no doctor, just screaming, not an aspirin, not a Tylenol. And I was lying and saying, why should I go back? All the people remain there. Why should I be so lucky to come back? So I am one from the lucky ones who came back, who lived here now 47 years.
So you gave
This is
birth.
the only survivor. This is from all the people who were there. 2 women gave birth. I was the only one in a Ukrainian woman. What happened to the other one, I don't know.
You gave birth in Samarova.
Yeah.
And then, where did you go from there?
From Samarova, we went to Tumen. There, where my husband started, he had cool to be the. We were lucky to have our place in the wagon. Katzenelson, maybe you heard the name or not. He was the one. They got the whole people from Poland were there in Tumeni, and they were waiting for me to come. And then it started the journey to Poland, to Breslau, for another few weeks.
Yeah.
So the Polish transport waited for you there in Tumen.
Yes, yes. And my husband started to bring conserves in bread in. We had a little bit more to eat. And we were the privilege from all the Shalom, from so many trains, to have a toilet there where we were sleeping. There was a pritchip from wood, you know. The other ones didn't have it.
Yeah.
They just slept as we went there, on the floor, one near the other, couldn't stretch out the feet.
And after a few weeks, you arrived in Breslau,
After a few weeks, we arrived in Breslau.
Western Poland.
Yeah. My husband went to Hayas, as he was the leader of the Shalom. On the stairs up to the Hayas, he met his brother's son on the steps. And from him, we had hundreds of pictures. And they recognized each other. And it just happened that it was his brother's youngest son, who was also married with a child the age of my daughter. This was in Breslau. We lived there in the German houses. Outside were rats, but it was beautiful ruins. Many houses were in ruins. We saw, but we didn't hear during all the war. We didn't hear a bomb. This we were spared.
That's right. Yeah.
Because when I speak to a friend, and she said, you know, we have to thank the Russians that we are alive. Because when we were in Chelyabinsk, other trains came after us, and they told us the war broke out on the 21st of June, 1943. And then they said, bomben fell. Under this, my mother got killed at the age of 49. Just 10 days, 8 days later.
Yeah. And you stayed in Breslau how long?
I don't know, a week or two. We went to Austria or Germany, whoever it was the luck, to Vienna. We slept one night in Vienna, in the Shalom. We didn't go
And you
out on the
ended up
train.
in a camp
We ended up in Salzburg. From Salzburg, we came to Puch. Puch was a camp from the soldiers. And there my husband also became. He liked to be the head, the Führer, the leader of the Koalition. And he wanted very much to go to Israel. And I was the only one who objected. I will not work anymore. I work so much. I will not go to Israel to live in the tents. And my husband wanted, he belonged to the, how do you call it? I have here the picture with my husband, and I have the papers abroad that I have here to show you. Yeah. And I wanted to go to America or to Canada. Here they lived two brothers. One lived in Boston, the other one lived in Montreal. But we didn't know from each other. And from my uncle from the States, when I wrote from Russia, I wrote a letter. Samuel Scherzer, Auto Exchange, and Somerville, Mass, New York. And my uncle was sending me back a letter. I was not there anymore. Next time, you don't write New York.